Good morning, students. Now we are going to start with next program of CS2. So this is 11th program of CS2. We have completed total 10 programs of CS2. So program number 11 is write a program to find how many times data AD. So here the data AD is given and the program is to find how many times AD appears in memory block starting from 6030 memory location and the length of block is at 602F. So I am here assuming C as 6. So store the count in D000, that is 6000, or you can see 5000. So basically the program is we have to find that how many times AD appears in the list, and they have given the length of the block in this memory location and the starting address from where we have to fetch the data is this location, and we have to store the total count that how many times it appears in this memory location. So first of all, look at the before execution part. So 602F, this is the location where the length of the block is stored. So for example, the length of the block is 4. So this is 4 at this location. It means we have to check, we have to traverse only 4 elements. So these are the 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was also given that the location of first element is 6030. So this is the location of first element and all the elements are stored at consecutive memory locations. So 6031, the data at 6031 is 12, the data at 31 is 80, the data at 32 is 34 and the data at 33 is 80. So if we manually check this list accordingly, there are 2 times that AD appears in the list. So we have to calculate the appearance number of times AD appears in the list. So the answer is 2. So this is the after execution part. C602F is the location, is the length of the block. So this is again the data AD, and this is the location where we have to store the answer. So it was given in the question that it is D000. Now it is up to you. You can choose it as 7000, 8000 or anything. So I have chosen 8 here and the answer is 02 at this location. Okay. So I hope it is clear to everyone that what we have to do in the program. So now let's start with the program. So I'm assuming this as with starting address 6000, that is 6000. So the first instruction is MVI instruction. MVI is move immediate data. So C comma 00, it means move immediate data 0 to the C. So this is basically we are initializing C register to 0 because we have to make use of this register. So that's why we are initializing it to 0 with immediate data 0. So 0E is the hex code of MVI C instruction and 00 is the immediate data that we have moved into C. Now next instruction is MVI A comma AD. A comma AD means move immediate data AD into A. Now AD is what? AD is the given item that we have to search, whose occurrence we have to check. So that's why there is a need, we have to store that element into accumulator. So this is same as we did in the program number 10, that we have to find the where we have to found the occurrence of some variable. First occurrence in the program number 10, we have to found the first occurrence of the variable and we store that variable in the accumulator. So similarly here we are also storing the element that we have to check into accumulator. So 3E is the hex code of NVIA instruction and AD is the immediate data that we are storing in accumulator. So here AD is the immediate data. Now next instruction is LXI H comma 602F. So 602F is what? 602F is the location where the length of the block is stored. See, length of the block is stored at 602F. So now again there is a need to store the length of block in some location, because otherwise we won't be able to find that how many elements we have to check and how many times we have to traverse the list. So that's why we have to store the length of the block. So firstly we have to point to that memory location. So that's why we are using LXI instruction, LXI H 602F. So this instruction will allow us to move to that memory location. So this is the memory location 602F and the data at that memory location is 4. It means the length of the block is 4. Okay, so 21 is the hex code of LXIH and this instruction will allow the HL register pair to point to that memory location. So the address of that memory location is, lower address byte is 2F. So this is 2F. So you have to write 2F as it is. Whereas the upper address byte is 60. So because we have assumed that as 602F. So here you also have to write 602F. So this is 60. So you have to write here 60 instead of C0. Okay, so 2F is the lower address byte and 60 is the upper address byte. So this is 60. Now move B comma M. Now you know that we require HL register pair for some other task. So now we have to move that data into some register. So that's why we are moving the contents, that is length of block, into some register. So the next instruction is move B comma M. So this instruction will transfer the contents of memory into register B. And 46 is the hex code of move B comma M instruction. So basically with this instruction we have stored the length of the block in B register. Okay, so the value in the B register now is 4. Now next is INX H, increment HL pair by 1. So why we are incrementing HL pair by 1? Because we have to point to next memory location to fetch the data. So this is the next memory location. So we are moving from this location to this location by incrementing the value of H. So this is INX H and the hex code of INX H instruction is 23. Now one of our operand is in accumulator here. Here we have moved the immediate data into accumulator. So one of our operand is in accumulator. Now we have to compare the data with the accumulator to check the appearance of the AD. So that's why the next instruction is compare instruction, CMPM. So the meaning of this instruction is, this instruction will compare the contents of the memory with the contents of the accumulator. So the hex code of this instruction is BE. Okay. Next is after comparison, whenever we perform comparison, the next step will always be same. We have to check whether the item matched or not. So next instruction is JNZ, jump if no 0. Jump if no 0 to memory location 600E. So the memory location 600E is this. So it will jump to this location. So jump if not 0 means item not matched. Now we have to move to next location. So this is what we are moving to, next location. So C2 is the hex code of J and Z instruction. 0E is the lower address byte where it has to jump. 60 is the upper address byte. So 60 is the upper address byte and increment C. Increment C means increment the value of counter by 1. Increment C in the C register, students, in the C register we are using C register to count the steps. So that's why we are incrementing the value of C. Now next is where we have jumped from this location to this INXH. Again we have to move to next location to check the contents. So that's why INXH instruction, and the hex code of this is 23. Next instruction is DCRP, decrement contents of register pair by 1. So while we are decrementing B, in the B register we have stored the length of the block. So if we have checked one item, now we have to check another 3 items and so on. So that's why we have used this decrement counter. Now J and Z 6009. If jump, if no 0 to 6009 location. This is 6009 location, and again it will compare and repeat the process. Okay. So till this instruction what we did is, we have first stored the data that we have to search in the accumulator, and we have stored the length of the block in the B register, and we are storing the occurrence of the AD in C register. That's why we have initialized into C, and we are comparing the item by repeating these steps. Okay, so J and Z, the hex code of J and Z instruction is C2, and the lower address byte is 09, whereas the upper address byte is 60. Now move A comma C. A comma C means whatever is in the C register, move the contents into A register. So why we are moving contents of C? Because we have stored the occurrence of the data in the C register. Because we have used only 2 registers, B and C, and in the B register we have stored the length of the block, and in the C register we are storing the occurrence of that that is AD number. So we are moving the contents into accumulator. So 79 is the hex code of move A comma C. So now our answer is in accumulator. Now it was given in the question that you have to store the result at D00 memory location. So you know that whenever we have to store the contents of accumulator on some memory location, for this we have to use STA instruction. STA is store accumulator. So next instruction is STA D000. So the meaning of this instruction is, this instruction will store the contents of accumulator onto memory location D000. So instead of D, I am using it as 8000. It is your choice, you can use 7000 and whatever. So STA, suppose 8000. So 32 is the hex code of STA instruction. 00 is the lower address byte, and upper address byte is 80. So instead of 60, make use of 80, because we have already started the program from the 6000 memory location. So this is not correct, don't write 60. So you have to write 80 instead of 60 and D0. So write 80. So 80 is the upper address byte. Now end of program. So with this we have completed this program, that is we have found the occurrence of AD in the memory block, and we have stored that data in some particular memory location. So now look at the execution, after execution part. So this is the length of the block, this is the again data 12 AD 34 AD as it is previous. Now at memory location 8000, the answer 02 is stored, because in this list AD appears 2 times. So this is the first occurrence of AD, this is the second occurrence of AD. So that's why the answer is 2. So with this we have completed program number 11. Now these are the journal registers and flag registers. affected by the program. So you also have to write journal registers and flag registers in your file. So you can see in the accumulator the answer is 02, because we have earlier stored the answer in the accumulator, and after that we have stored the contents of accumulator in some specific memory location. So the data in the accumulator is 02. Okay. So with this, students, we have completed total 11 programs of CS2. So you have to write all these programs in your file. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with program number 12 and 13.